Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Church of Evanston. My name is Kiley Korey. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be your worship associate this morning. Whether this is your spiritual home or you are newly discovering this community, we're grateful to share this time together. We strive to be an inclusive and welcoming community, seeking truth in love and nurturing the human spirit for a world made whole. We are guided by our principles and values, which remind us in every moment and through every challenge that each of us is worthy of love and that we are all connected through the vast and beautiful web of existence. We come together to remember our kinship with one another and to hold one another in heart and mind with tenderness and careful attention, and to dedicate ourselves more fully to living our shared values. Welcome to those of us joining online. We hope you have your chalices ready. People of all ages are a welcome and important part of our faith community. We are blessed to have the children in the sanctuary for the first half of every service, and the entire service is for all ages about once a month, including next week's bread communion service. Yum, one of my favorites. The nest in the front is our designated area for families with young children, where we have quiet fidget toys and activities and a kid-friendly order of service. We encourage our parents and caregivers in the nest to help support our youngest members of the community to participate in the service in a respectful and engaged way. Nursery care is available every Sunday in room 11 in the lower level, which you can access via the stairs at the back of the sanctuary, just back there. As a part of being a welcoming and inclusive community, we have some information posted on the screen that will help orient you to UCE and to our service. A few announcements. Next Sunday is our all ages bread communion service. You're invited to bring a loaf of bread from your tradition or whatever you would like. We will provide gluten-free options. Also, bring one thing that goes with your bread, such as cheese, spreads, dips, or fruit for our kinship time bread potluck. Also, please bring a gift certificate next Sunday for the Community Cares Collaborative, which is providing food to families with need within District 65 and 202. The preferred donation is the amount of $75 from Visa, MasterCard, Valley, Jewel, or Aldi. However, all amounts and gift cards will be accepted and used. This afternoon from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m., please join our Catalyst for Democracy team in a coalition organized demonstration outside the Evanston AT&T store on Chicago Avenue to protest AT&T's contract for communications, services, and equipment with the Department of Homeland Security and ICE. If you'd like to get a Side with Love t-shirt to wear this afternoon or any other day, there are t-shirts for sale in the cafe area after today's service. From Jenny Walsh, Ellie Fedderson, and Maggie Weiss, Mitten Tree is underway. Every year, UCE Food and Shelter Team provides gifts and support to several Evanston organizations at holiday time with your generous donations. It's a tight deadline this year, and we need your help. Please adopt a gift recipient or recipients and deliver your donated gifts to UCE by November 30th, 2025, 2 weeks from today. Please see us at the program table all Sundays in November to sign up or get the links. The winter holidays are approaching, and there are many ways to celebrate. Our annual Cocoa, Carols, and Community is on December 5th to wrap gifts for the Mitten Tree, followed by Ornament Sunday on the 7th, where you can make a variety of ornaments to decorate for the season. And then our Christmas pageant is on December 21st. Look in the newsletter for more details about these events. And now, let us settle in together, gather our attention, and share this time of reflection, celebration, and inspiration as we begin our worship service. Let's quiet our electronics in our bodies as we join in beloved community. Welcome to worship.
For a faith that invites us to be who we are and to bring what we have to the table. For a faith that delights in the work that we do and reminds us each day that we're able to choose life over death, trust over fear, and love over all that is hateful. For this faith we're eternally grateful. For a yes that is stronger than every last no, and that calls us without reservation. For a yes that is yearning for us to be whole, and that burns at the core of creation. In the peace and the hope we've come to know, the fullest abundance of treasure. For this yes we give thanks beyond measure. For a love that pursues us each day of our lives, and that gathers us up like a mother. For a love that renews us in darkness and light, and inspires the depth of our wonder. That is there in our pain, there in our loss, and there in our healing and mending. For this love we sing praise never ending.
And for our faith, which calls us to name the lands on which this house of worship resides, let us engage in our land and labor acknowledgement. The Unitarian Church of Evanston was built on the traditional homelands of the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. The land where we sit was transferred from the local Potawatomi community to the U.S. government in 1829, sold to white settlers, and then, after the defeat of pan-Indian movement to keep white settlers out of the Great Lakes region, the Potawatomi community had no choice but to sell before being forcefully removed west of the Mississippi River. We also remember the ancestors of contemporary African Americans, the individuals, families, and networks of Black people who built up our country's culture and economy, which was a role forced on them originally by enslavement. We are indebted to their labor and unwilling sacrifice and acknowledge the tremors of that violence throughout the generations, still felt and witnessed today. We offer these acknowledgements as one small effort toward building long-term solidarity with contemporary communities. We commit ourselves to incorporate these admissions into our lives and turn our thoughts into actions. Please join in our words of shared commitment. We name these realities with honor for all the ancestors, respect for our descendants, and gratitude for the land we use as sacred space. Gay Riseborough brought the flowers in remembrance of her son Mark's birthday. As she lights our chalice, symbol of our living tradition, please join in saying the words on the screen. Rejoice, rejoice, with full hearts, beloved people of blessing. Rejoice. May this time of worship celebrate what we know at our core. Blessings are real and ours to claim and radiate. Blessings are abundant and ours to revel and pass along. Blessings are transformational and ours to be challenged by as we grow toward the faith we know we can be. Rejoice.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Nest. Do you remember what time it is? Do you know what part of the service it is? Not yet. Nobody? It's the covenant. Does anybody want to come and read the covenant with me up here or lead us? Thank you, Juliana. Come on up. Nice. Everybody give Juliana a great big hand.
Please rise in body or spirit and join in saying the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and serve is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Thank you. Thanks, Juliana. Before we sing our opening hymn, I invite those of us joining online to greet each other in the chat, and those gathered here in the sanctuary to turn to somebody that you don't know well and say good morning. Please stay after the service to continue your conversations. I love to see the energy and the excitement to say hello to each other. If you're new to this community, I invite you to stop at the welcome table at the back, right in front of the large, beautiful mural. And let's keep creating kinship time together. This is an opportunity for you to ask questions and to get to know UCE as you have your coffee and snacks. Please join me in singing hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me.
That I
too short.
Sorry.
I'm taller than that. Well, good morning, everyone. Can you see us okay? Those of you in the nest. I happen to have one of the wonder boxes. Who would like to open the wonder box? Gwen, I saw Gwen's hand up really fast first. Come on up. And you have to show everybody what's in it, okay? Hold it up really high. What is it? It's a paper. But do you know what the paper is? Order of service for? Yeah, let's.
It's the order of service for kids and parents.
And why would we have something like that here in the nest?
Because there are kids in the nest.
Really? Ooh. So it should be on the screen too a little bit, yes. So where are we on this order of service right at this moment?
Time for all ages.
Time for all ages, excellent. What's coming up next?
Music.
And what do we do? What do we do when there's music? Or what can we do, I should say?
We sing and dance.
Yeah, and if you want to dance, do we have any fun things to use for dancing?
There's like ribbons and stuff.
Anybody want to demonstrate the ribbons and the things to dance with?
Let's see you dance. Come on.
No pressure, guys.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Anybody? Sing a song with me that I might know your heart. And never mind, we don't have to keep going. So, Gwen, what would be your favorite part of the worship service?
Probably singing.
Singing.
Yeah.
Singing. Do you like to sing? Huh?
I love singing.
Sweet. And what would be the least favorite part? And we won't take it personally.
No.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, Eamon's got an answer. I'm sure others have an answer of what their
But
least favorite part is.
the younger brother has an opinion.
For me, my least favorite part is the drive back and the drive there.
Yes, that's fair. I get it. I mean, that's good.
Anybody else have a least favorite part of the service?
It's okay.
Yeah. Everybody likes everything in the service. Woo, this is a first.
So why do you think we have this space up in front that we call, what do we call it? Then ask, why do you think we have this, Jetson? Do you want to come here and tell me? Is that so everybody can hear you?
I think we have the nest because they don't want just kids interrupting if there are people on stage. They don't want they don't want little kids accidentally crawling up on stage, so they made a place for the kids to be.
I think that's a really good thought, but here's the thing. Why would I have put the nest in the front if I didn't want babies to start crawling up the ramp? That's an excellent question. Something we've thought a lot about. No, we have the nest here because, what are we doing here today? Finn, do you have an answer? Come on up. Tell us what we're doing here today and why. Yeah.
What do you mean we're doing?
What is this called? What are we
Oh,
doing this
the
gathering?
worship service?
Yeah.
So, why I think we have the nest here is so the kids don't, get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, kind of they might crawl up onto the stage, but, we don't want them to disrupt, kind of, but, we can prevent that by making them be able to listen well, not being bored, so they can have,
Yeah, have fidget toys and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Spin, wait, hold on, don't go yet. Do you think it's working? How well do you think it's working? Do you think
Very
kids are not
well.
bored?
Yeah, because there's, there's green.
I
And
love to
there's
hear that.
snakes.
I'm so
It's
happy to hear that.
There's it's the perfect thing because you can listen while not being bored.
My gosh, ringing endorsement for the nest. I'm loving that so much.
And it is all ages.
Yeah.
Anyone can come up.
Yeah,
to the
anyone
nest.
can sit in the nest for sure.
Elizabeth has her hand up.
There sure are.
We've
We've got our soul table over there. Yep. Yes. We're crowded. We're a crowded room. But what we're doing here today in worship, the reason why we worship, why do we come to this space once a week and have this time together? We're not just like, do you want to answer, Court? You look like you have an answer. Come, I want to hear what you have to say.
It's so we can learn stuff.
My heart is melting and broken open with joy that you said that, Court. Yes, we're here to learn together. We're here to give each other strength. We're here to give each other joy and reasons to celebrate because things are hard outside these walls, right? Things are hard and scary sometimes in the world. And when we come together and we celebrate and we remember to be grateful for things, we can feel a little bit stronger when we go outside and go to work and go to school and face hard things. And then we come back together and we learn and grow together. So thank you. Thank you, everybody that sits in the nest. Thank you for your attention and time and for your willingness to be together and to try to not be bored. Thank you, Finn. Sometimes it's hard for adults too. So thank you for paying attention and being a part, because we need your joy, we need your energy and your fun and your play. So thank you for being a part of our community, and thank you to everybody who's here and is a part of our worship service. Do you want to say something? Wait, we got one more comment from Jillian. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Norel. I'm on the family ministry team, and we were working with Kathy to create this. And I want to also say that one of our intentions, and I hope it comes through, was that when people visit us, if they have children, they'll know their children are welcome here, and they'll know where they can sit to find other families. Because sometimes if you're new and you're sitting way back in the corner because you don't know anybody and you can't see, it might not be very fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Norel. I know you're Norel. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your attention and your time, and thanks for being a part of our beloved community. I invite us now into our time of quiet reflection as we share the joys and sorrows that are on our hearts. If you have a joy or a sorrow that you would like spoken aloud, I invite you to write it in this book, which is found just as you enter the sanctuary. And please include your name if you're willing. It makes it a little bit easier for us to share. And you could also fill out the form found on the homepage of our website, or you can simply send me or Reverend Susan an email. We listen to these offerings with tenderness and with respect, and so we quiet our bodies and our voices during this sacred time by breathing in together. So I'm going to ring the bell, and then we'll take in a deep breath, and then we'll let it out. These are the joys and sorrows that have been shared for today. From Annette Wallace, she writes, "My 88-year-old brother Howard lost Adele, his wife of 63 years. She was a most loving person who will be profoundly missed by her family, friends, and community. Sending love to you, Annette." Peter Silverman writes, "Joy for 2 weeks of travel to California and Wisconsin, 2 weeks of ritual and caring with dear friends, 2 weeks of love." Lynn Allen writes, a sorrow for the death of Tony Adler, my friend and fellow theater critic at the Chicago Reader. Many knew him as host of an annual Walt Whitman birthday celebration. He died Tuesday of pancreatic cancer. So sorry, Lynn. Andy Fisher shares the joy that he got to drive up to Racine with Van from Lake Forest College, and Sherwin put final cover on his sailboat. Very interesting talk with Van. A sorrow from somebody who didn't add their name. John, our neighbor, passed last week from a heart attack. A sorrow that from, again, I'm not sure who wrote this, but my cousin Georgiana Paklaki passed away Monday. She was 82 and one of the family elders. She will be missed. A sorrow that no one was injured, but the ceiling at Taylor's workplace fell in, and we don't know when we'll be able to return to the building. Bummer. And finally, a joy from Stephen Baxa, community members in Evanston mobilizing to support Starbucks baristas on strike. We know that these are not the only joys and sorrows on our hearts in this room and beyond these walls, and we hold these together as best we can. Sometimes it is too tender to speak a joy or a sorrow out loud, and so we honor them by lighting a candle at one of the tables up front, or you may drop a stone in the well of tears. We have a table here and two on the side, and if you need somebody to bring a candle to you, please raise your hand. For these joys, we give our thanks. For these sorrows, we give our love. This month, we've been sharing a new prayer practice each week and inviting you to consider how that practice might be integrated into your life at home. And I want to give you a reminder that if you have discovered or created a prayer that's working for you and you want to send it to me, I'll weave it into the service next Sunday. This week, we're going to do a movement prayer because movement is alchemy of the body to metabolize trauma. I'm going to demonstrate with Kiley, and anybody else that wants to come up front and demonstrate the prayer, I'm going to teach you the movements and the words, and we'll go through it several times. This is Gandhi's peace prayer. Yes, thank you, willing participants. So the prayer goes like this. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I feel your feelings. My wisdom comes from a higher source. I honor this source in you. Let us work together. So feel free to join in as you start to learn it. We'll say it a couple of times, and then the last time we'll just do the movements. Okay? I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I feel your feelings. My wisdom comes from a higher source. I honor that source in you. Let us work together. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I feel your feelings. My wisdom comes from a higher source. I honor that source in you. Let us work together. And one time, silently. Amen. As we sing our response, number 413, Go Now in Peace, our young people preschool through 9th grade are invited to head to their faith formation time with their adult leaders.
As we say in our covenant each Sunday, service is our law. UCE is called by our mission, values, and principles to contribute to our community, to form accountable partnerships, and to express gratitude through giving. Today's offering will be shared with Restore Justice Foundation, whose mission it is to make Illinois a safer and more compassionate state by replacing the ineffective, extreme sentencing policies of the past with evidence-based laws that allow families and communities to heal. And now Lena Hilko is going to share briefly about how the work of Restore Justice impacts their friend.
Hi, thanks for having me. 2 Sundays ago, Lindsay Hammond spoke of the advocacy work of Restore Justice. For example, the work in support of Illinois' reform of juvenile sentencing laws. And Lindsay mentioned that there's still work to do because those changes are not retroactive for people sentenced before 2019. It happens that my UU prison ministry pen pal, Danielle, is a person caught within the irony between this good Illinois law change and the fact that the change is only prospective. Danielle gave me permission to share his story in support of the work of Restore Justice. Danielle was sentenced in 2012 as an adult for a crime committed when he was 17 years old. He was sentenced to 40 years, consisting of 15 years for attempted murder, along with an additional 25 years mandatory gun enhancement. Under the 2019 Illinois reforms, he would have been sentenced as a juvenile with all the accompanying considerations of mitigating circumstances. The gun enhancement would have been discretionary, and he would be able to petition for parole after serving 10 years. But none of these changes apply to Daniel because he was sentenced before 2019. He is in the process of petitioning for resentencing, but it's an uphill climb in Illinois. I'm happy to talk to anyone who would like to learn more about this retroactivity issue. Thanks for listening to Danielle's story, which can help emphasize the good work that Restore Justice does and the big work that still lies ahead.
Thank you, Lena, so much for sharing. You may text to give, mail in a check, and put cash in the collection bowls, or give from our website. If you write a check, please indicate in the memo line if your check is for the shared offering or some other giving. The ushers will now come forward to pass the collection bowls down the rows. Please give as generously as you are able, and may what you give bring you joy. Thank you as always, Gregory, and thank you all so much for your generosity. Let your heart break so that your spirit doesn't. Andrea Gibson. For the most part, we live our lives as if the ground beneath us is solid. The law of physics will hold us to this earth. There are doors we can lock and close against marauders, that whatever is fractured can heal, whatever is broken can be fixed. As if tragedy is a true story, yes, but belongs to someone else. Yes, there are those of us who swim our whole lives, or at least our early years, in tragedy or trauma. Some of us emerge with resilience and a rooted sense of possibility, never forgetting. Some of us are taken under its drowning waters, rolling waves with their uneasy cadence, beating a rhythm of essential victimhood as we move through the world. Still, in and of this solid ground, there are fault lines. We do live in a quantum universe where a thing can be both a wave and a particle at the same time. Sometimes the marauders bring the necessary revolution, and it is the locked door that is the enemy. And some things, rather than ever healing, change us forever, perhaps even for the better, and still leave us limping. It is up to each of us, all of us, not to find the silver linings, but to make meaning and love life. Out of dire necessity, always to find our way back to loving life, the mess of it, the heartbreak of it, the tragedy laid at our feet, now staring at us like a stray dog, bedraggled on the front stoop. We cannot turn out into the cold.
When I was just a child each week, on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. And this morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Friends, everything does not feel holy right now. I titled this service The Alchemy of Gratitude because I want to practice turning my sadness and anger into gratitude, into a reminder of the holiness of living. And I want to turn my gratitude into a wellspring from which I can help make the world more whole and holy as it should be. Alchemy is science and philosophy. It is magic and story. It is the transformation of one thing into another. And transformation is one of our stated Unitarian Universalist shared values, which says we adapt to the changing world. We covenant to collectively transform and grow spiritually and ethically. I do not want to adapt to the way the world is changing. I do not want to adapt to human beings in cages, the indifference of consolidated power and extractive capitalism, or the rising fascism we're in the midst of. But whether we adapt or not, the world is changing. Our power lies in how we respond, with greater anger and fear, or with a thankful heart and a cultivated sense of what is possible for humanity. Practicing the latter is a spiritual discipline that will help us survive and hopefully thrive. Octavia Butler, in her novel, The Parable of the Sower, shares the wisdom that all that you touch, you change. All that you change changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. If everything is change, we must learn to live in such a way that enables us to make meaning and love life, as my colleague, Reverend Karen G. Johnston, wrote. To embrace change and adapt and grow. We are impacted by all that is changing, and we are also agents of change. Our lives are ever unfolding in ways that often feel beyond our control, but there are ways in which we can claim our agency. Though tragedy is laid at our feet, we can find our way back to loving life, to transform our own thoughts, actions, and reactions into that which is more life-giving and beautiful, though it is never easy or simple to do so. I admit that I am struggling in this moment with how to be grateful for the mess of change we're experiencing and all that is unfolding before us. Nurturing gratitude feels almost impossible in a world that is increasingly bleak, where ICE abductions are common in our neighborhoods, where access to food is cut off to those who are already struggling to survive as political theater, where healthcare costs are rising beyond anything most Americans can afford, where people are detained unlawfully in an abduction center without cause, and where faith leaders practicing civil disobedience are beaten and forcibly arrested and then vilified by the press. It is hard to have a grateful heart in these times, beloveds. What are we to do with our outrage, our legitimate fears about the power of fascism to control and corrupt media narratives, erasing a shared reality or a commonly held truth? On Thursday evening, after driving home from a 3-day study retreat with colleagues in Southern Illinois, in which we discussed resistance to authoritarianism, a topic we chose last November after the fresh election, I went to a training for the clergy-led Action at Broadview Abduction Center. Our purpose was to continue the pressure that's been building to allow those held captive there to receive spiritual care. Until recently, Catholic sisters have been offering that care to detainees for almost 20 years, and now they are denying anyone entry because the conditions inside are so deplorable. Even though faith leaders are being denied entry, the trainers on Thursday night said the detainees in Broadview can hear the singing of protesters, and it helps them feel less alone. I was debating whether to take on a role risking arrest or physical harm at the action on Friday. The training helped me to decide I was ready, though still afraid. But I wasn't prepared for how it would feel to be on the receiving end of the Illinois State and Broadview Police's unrestrained violence toward our peaceful disobedience, civil disobedience. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the experience. I won't be graphic, but if you need to step out or take care of yourself, if this is too much, please do so with my blessing. I looked at the faces of the men violently pushing us with their wooden clubs, unprovoked, immediate response to our stepping into the street out of the free speech zone, and asked them why. Why were they doing this? I did catch the eye of one who seemed to falter for a split second, pleading with us to get back. He was pleading with me, please get back, almost as if he didn't want to be doing this. It was just a second. And I've seen the videos of rapid responders, one of them my sister-in-law. Man, she blew me away. Posting abductions that they are witnessing. And I notice that agents will look past them, never looking in their eyes, never looking in the eyes of those questioning their actions, as if they're not there. All that we touch, we change. I was changed by witnessing and experiencing this action at Broadview. It made me angry, but more, it made me deeply sad. Sad about the inhumanity of defending inhumanity. I'm so sad that human beings treat other human beings the way that they are treating people inside that facility, without basic needs like toilet paper, soap, a place to lay down for days and days. But I was also changed, and more powerfully so, by gratitude for those that I linked arms with, for those who were checking in to see if I was okay, for my buddy who texted my husband that I was okay. Grateful for those of you who were there, who were taking in the story and helping to tell the truth. I'm grateful I wasn't arrested, but so angry that some of my dear friends and comrades were. Pastor Luke Harris-Faree and Pastor Michael Wolf were both arrested pretty violently. I'm angry that many of us protesters were hurt, and the news coverage focused on the claim that 4 cops were hurt with no evidence at all, even as every video shows the aggressive force was entirely one way against protesters who were mostly faith leaders. This action was never about our pain or inconvenience. It was and is always about tearing down the walls that cage people and dehumanize them. These cages exist all over the country, as Lena reminded us. And once you know that, you can't unknow that. All that you change changes you. So yes, I struggled as I wrote this sermon to find gratitude, but here in real time is my attempt to transform my anger into gratitude and my gratitude into a generosity of commitment. I am angry that people are being abducted and inhumanely detained in abhorrent conditions. And I am grateful that a judge ordered 600 released on bail and that Greg Bovino and his thugs have left the area at least for a little while. Moving on to Charlotte. I'm not happy about that. But I commit to transform that gratitude into continuing to find whatever ways I can in partnership and coalition to disrupt the forces of evil which are caging and disappearing people. I'm angry that our peaceful demonstration against this injustice was met with more injustice, and I'm grateful for the solidarity of comrades and the incredible turnout of so many people of faith and goodness. I commit to build on the connections I made in the process of planning and conducting this act of civil disobedience. It won't be my last. I'm angry that the news coverage lied to make it seem as though the cops were the victims when they were clearly not. And I'm grateful that there were so many people recording the brutality that it leaves little question about what happened and the record is being set straight. And I commit to continuing to tell the story of my experience to expand and share a shared reality, a shared truth. I'm angry that we have to fight so hard to protect people's religious freedom, and I'm grateful that more and more people seem to be waking up to what is happening and the possibility that we could be reaching a tipping point of consciousness, especially among people of faith. I commit to continuing to provide spiritual care and sustenance for the resistance and in service to mutual flourishing. The only lasting truth is change. What we pay attention to grows. When I focus on the things I am grateful for rather than the things I lack, I am more equipped to recognize the many little joys in life. Like a magnetic force, gratitude attracts more gratitude. There's some research that says practicing gratitude by making a list of all the things you have may not be as effective in contributing to our well-being as thinking about how our life would be without those things. Think It's a Wonderful Life, right? Imagining what the world would be like without someone or something you're grateful for. I'm not sure how much stock I put in this study or this idea, but because I do think that a gratitude list is a good regular practice. But it must move beyond just being glad for what we have, right? Gratitude is not enough if it stops at our own personal satisfaction. If it doesn't lead us to wonder about the injustices that others are facing, gratitude needs to move us toward a generosity of spirit. Instead of feeling complacent or guilty about what we have, which others don't, can we turn a grateful heart into a charge to share more of ourselves, our resources, our love? Could a focus on what we're grateful for transform our anger and fear into a vision of the world as it should be and lead us and guide us in our commitment to ourselves, to making it a reality as much as we can, in whatever ways we can, for as long as it takes? God is change. The ultimate alchemy of gratitude is its ability to transform into generosity, but not just generosity in terms of giving money or stuff. I mean the kind of generosity of spirit that enables us to be more present with others, to imagine what it would be to inhabit their reality, even for a moment, to see the divine in every living being. Being grateful for what we have that doesn't let us feel complacent or guilty or superior to others can compel us to show up for others in remarkable ways, like the ways people are showing up for our neighbors and siblings in detention, joining rapid response teams, clearing the leaves from the parking lot so our beloved landscaper doesn't have to come and do it. Collecting huge quantities of food, going to village or city hall meetings in support of affordable housing or ice-free zones in their neighborhoods. Like joy, gratitude is an act of resistance. To resist the narrative that all is lost and nothing is worthy of our praise and thanks, we must relentlessly search for joy and beauty. We must fiercely protect our need to nourish our souls amidst all that is soul-crushing and commit to these not just for ourselves, not just for our communities, but in ways that would expand to reach the whole wide world. It is our responsibility to breathe in gratitude for what is beautiful, life-giving, and honest in this world. And then we must breathe out generosity through our fortified and nurtured hearts. Many Native cultures teach us the wisdom of the gift economy, of reciprocity rather than transaction. When we give from our sense of abundance and gratitude, it brings us joy. Generosity of the spirit that comes from a grateful heart is never sacrificial, is not something that leaves you with less. It leaves you with more. In a transactional world, which, let me be clear, we are all immersed in, we are taught to always want more. Giving things away leaves the giver depleted with less resources, less joy, less energy. But when we flip that narrative, giving from a reciprocal, mutually flourishing worldview provides us all with more than enough left over. All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. We each have the power within us to change the alchemy of gratitude, of loving life, and letting our love, joy, and thankfulness transform into what we are committed to bring forth for all beings. May we practice being grateful for what is, the mess of it, the heartbreak of it, the tragedy laid at our feet. And may our gratitude transform all of it into love, generously and freely given. And may our love transform the world into one where everyone is free, everyone knows they are whole, and everyone feels they belong. Amen, and blessed be.
As we extinguish the chalice, please join in saying the words on the screen by the Reverend Elizabeth Sell Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, hymn number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth.
Over
before our benediction, I just want to say that our friend Heike has some news about the need for more donations at the food drive in Evanston. So please, can you raise your hand, Heike? Just please talk to her after the service if you are able to contribute. We call upon our faith in each other and the source of love to provide this guidance, to provide us guidance, to tear down the walls of injustice, to liberate those who are held captive, to nourish those who are hungry, to house those who are without shelter, and to keep creating the kind of world we know the source of love and liberation wants for us. Show us the way to stay in the struggle to create this world. Make use of our hands and feet in the service to your kinship, compassion, and joy. Go making peace, beloveds, in service of love and liberation. Amen.